Good afternoon. This is the June meeting of the Historic Preservation Board. I'm Tom Combs, the chairperson. I will call the meeting to order. First item on our agenda is the approval of minutes from the May meeting. If everyone have a chance to take a look at them. Any comments, edits, questions? Hearing none, do we have a motion?
I move to approve.
Motion and a second? Second. All in favor? Looks unanimous. Thank you. Okay, we're going to revisit tonight the 2164 5 Mile Line Road from the last meeting. We moved it to this month because we felt we didn't have enough information upon which to make a decision. We also had determined at the beginning of last month that we'd only be discussing siding and not the windows, but then we did talk about the windows. So I don't know if that's on the agenda for tonight.
Yes.
It is, okay. So we'll turn it over to Kevin Monshine, contractor for the Cambrons.
It's a little noisy.
You got the samples for us.
I got all the samples for the trim. You want to pass those over here. And then the siding samples. So just for reference here, let me just see these real quick. So if we want to do a flat casing, we can do a flat casing with an integrated J-channel built into it to avoid using PVC, so your siding goes right in there. It's all self-flashed. This is our traditional casing.
Kevin, maybe you should share that with everybody here.
All right. This is our traditional beveled casing for when we put insulation on an exterior wall. And then the siding goes in. That bevel there accounts for the depth difference in the wall with using the insulation. If we go the route of going a flat casing, if the board would prefer a flat casing, we can do the same thing on that. It would just make the window appear a little bit deeper. That's all. So.
And that siding is the width and the color?
Yes. Yep. So I have both colors here. And as far as if we want to do cedar shake in the peaks, we can do cedar shake in the peaks. It's the same price as this product. So I wanted to pass all of those along together.
That's the cedar shake look-alike?
Yes. Okay. It's a vinyl cedar shake product.
Yeah. We'll take a couple minutes to circulate those around.
Oh, excuse me, so the trim is aluminum, not vinyl, right?
It's aluminum, yeah.
Okay.
It's a PVC coated aluminum.
So while those are coming around, these are the renderings that you would send?
Yes.
What should we be looking at here? Just generally speaking, that's what the house will look like?
Yes.
With the replacement windows, right?
Yeah. All of the rest of the windows on the house have been replaced. We're looking at just the porch windows.
Yeah.
So that would be the look.
And so the porch windows will match the windows
Yes.
that are now on the house?
Yes.
Right.
And the rendering isn't an exact rendering. It's as close as the program can get it, but it's going to be very close to that.
So the color will be one of these two?
It is currently two-tone. They want to do the gray on the body.
All right,
and
so the darker gray is on top like the render.
Yep.
You like it? Is the proposal you guys have to use this stuff with the insulation in the back?
Yes.
But you brought that in case?
Just in case. We do that one as it makes the reveal next to the windows where it comes out to the side. It makes it a little bit thinner.
Okay.
If we do a flat casing, it has to be a deeper casing.
All right.
Shannon, do we want to, while we're looking at these, you want to look at the other photographs that Kevin had sent?
Yeah, pull them up now.
We weren't sure, were these just
Yeah, if you wanted
examples?
to kind of talk through the
Yeah.
photos that you sent.
Yeah, because I figured the Cameron's house is not the only one that's in the
Yeah.
historical area, and these are all of the surrounding houses. That picture there, that house is next door to them. If you're standing in their driveway looking out to the street, that house is to the right. That's aluminum sided, it's standard aluminum flat trims. And then there's a couple other ones that, the one across the street, like that's a flat casing on that house. That white house there, that's directly across the street from them. And those are very wide, flat casings. Ours are a little bit thinner than that. It looks more, standard to the time that it was built.
Okay, questions from the board, comments?
I like the color combination. I think it looks very nice. I think I would prefer flat casing. Just because, I just cannot, I don't think that standard casing looks close to original.
Do we have a picture of what exists now up close, just to see that?
Yes.
I was looking at Google Street View, but I just can't
Yep, that's okay.
get a
I
good
have-
enough quality again on that.
There we go.
So what's on the windows on the second story? Which one of those casings does that most match?
The flat casing that I handed out.
Okay. And then just as a reminder, you told us last time, the porch windows right now, they have storm windows in front of them on here, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
They're old wood storms.
Yep.
Now, I tried to get pictures showing the imperfections in the glass, the cracks in the glass and everything. It just doesn't show up in a picture.
How about the cedar shake look on the top? Any comments about that?
The
Preference?
shakes would look very nice up on top in dark color.
You
Yeah,
said,
it would stay consistent with the neighborhood, right? I mean, a lot of those homes have them.
I think it looks nice.
If it's the same
That's
cost.
my preference, honestly, to do the shake and the peaks.
Yeah, I think the existing, I know the existing siding is not the original or historic, or I should say it's not the original. I don't know that I would go as far to say that it's not actually historic, but it does give a little bit more of that shingle appearance, so I do agree in this case that my vote would probably be for the more shingle look in the gable. I should also say, because I know that I'm the one who's always the anti-vinyl on this for siding, I do want to just say that I think that in this situation, it's a little different from a previous, actually, home that I think is slightly across the street, where that was fully intact wood siding, original wood siding, which is historically significant and important. In this case, we don't have that. This house would have originally been wood sided for when it was built. Let's just clarify that. Obviously, that would be extremely cost prohibitive. So in this case, I'm not going to say, oh, they should go back and do wood siding. I think if I had a preference, I would rather it be something more like this is a brand, there's other things like that. I would prefer it to be more of a hardy board, but in this case, I'm just making this clarification for future, when we review future things as well. In this case, because the house doesn't have its original siding, it's not the wood, and it's not the straight up vinyl that you typically see, also because it's got the aluminum window casings. Those are my reasons in this case why I don't have as much heartburn approving this work as I did with some of the previous applications we've reviewed. So I just want to make that clarification and make it officially on record that that is where I'm getting this difference here, is because of the material that exists now. on the house that this house doesn't have. It's historic wood siding with intricate details that we're trying to save.
Thank you, Megan. Other comments, concerns?
Oh, I should probably also add, I think I might agree with, after getting clarifications from you, I think I might agree with Mira on the window casing, that maybe the flat is what should be used. If that's what's on the rest of the house already, it just makes a more cohesive look. And I think, yeah, I think that might just be the better option here, just so that we're not creating two different window appearances.
Well, all of the casings on the house would be redone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Everything's got to be
Okay.
redone, because we have to have the abatement company come in and do the tear off, and then we go
Okay.
in, get everything wrapped with new house wrap, new insulation, and then the siding
Okay.
trims up.
Yes, yes.
I think I might
Well
have
done.
asked this last time as well. When, do you know what's under the shingles, under the asbestos shingles?
I believe the original house sheeting is on there. I don't have a spot where I can lift anything back to really check what's under there,
Okay.
but I believe it's just the original tongue and groove board that's on there.
Oh, I have a question. In your experience, because it's an aluminum, do you think with flat trim we would get some caning more than with the beveled?
Some of the warping? Not when it's that thin. So if it's wider trims, if it's a
Okay.
wider casing, you run the risk of that caming on
With
it.
this one you would not?
You would not.
Okay.
If we do anything that's a bend that's wide, the piece that, if you bring up the rendering, I did put a white piece as a separation board between the body of the house and the gables. I'm doing that in PVC, because if we do that in a metal product, that does run the risk of buckling. Usually if we have a trim that's over 6 inches wide, we do a Brake Buddy accent, which is like a 1-inch indentation that runs through the trim board that helps alleviate the risk of the oil canning.
Okay, thank you.
The PVC is just going to be a cleaner look for the finish.
Okay, I'll see if I can summarize, but it sounds like we have pretty much full agreement on the flat casings, the lighter gray of the, what is it, an 8-inch
It's 7-inch.
width on this,
Thank you.
on the siding with the shingle look darker gray on the top. Is that the fair summary of what I think I'm hearing from the board? So
Yep.
in that case, do we have a motion for that? We have a motion and
A
a second. Any further discussion? Okay, the motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. All right. Was there anything further?
No, I don't have anything further.
All right, so Kevin and the Camperons, you'll work with Shannon on your next steps, and
What's that?
As far as next steps, we don't need a building permit, so it's really just, I'm gonna write all of this information up in a formal letter to you guys, a resolution, and then you'll have it, but you can start the work right away.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
all right. Well, thank you all for coming in again, and good luck with the project.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, for us, there's nothing else specific on the agenda. Was there anything that anyone wanted to raise for discussion?
I don't have anything else.
Okay, then, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Oh,
Okay.
that was a quick one.
We don't need to second that.
No.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.